As an employment rights lawyer in Texas, I often deal with fake write-ups and counseling. When I say fake write-ups and counseling, I'm talking about things that are totally made up after an employee has been fired, or very innocuous communication that was exchanged, like a conversation or an email to an employee that were not intended to be a counseling at the time or a write-up, but this has been recast by the defense lawyer after a termination has taken place and the employer realized that they did not document or have any reason for terminating the employees. Here's what you can do. Take a really good look at the employee handbook where it addresses counseling records and documentation. If there is an actual counseling process or a write-up process and a form should be used, then you got to make it clear whenever an email is sent to you that's being very critical or slightly critical or ironic sometimes, and you think that it could be recast later on as a write-up, then you need to confirm with your supervisor about the nature of the email and whether or not you're receiving a counseling. Likely they will usually say, no, that's not what I intended to do, because they don't want to jeopardize or undermine the relationship they have with you. Same thing when they're having a conversation with you and they're being a little critical. I think you can always document it and send an email back to them or a message back if it's through some type of chat program, and confirm the conversation and whether or not it was just like an informal conversation, but it's not a counseling record. Why? Because at the end of the day, when you get terminated and you're filing a discrimination lawsuit, when you want some clarification on some innocuous communication by email or a conversation you had in the hall with your supervisor, and determine whether or not that was an actual counseling or a write-up. Because sometimes you'd be surprised when the lawyers are looking for a reason to justify a termination, they can be very, I would say, imaginative and creative in recasting conversation that has taken place in the past. Okay, back to work.